Alrighty. Whoa. That seems really loud. Let's drop that down a little. How's that? Is that a little better? Not gonna blow your eardrums out. Oh boy. Well, woke up to an interesting situation for Mordor this morning. We're basically just trying to hold our own for 2 weeks. With as many actives as we have. Been a busy week for me, so I haven't been as active this week. I've come on, I've tried to communicate as much as I can, but it has been tough. Oh, cool. Wonder if that thing's any good. That's not bad. And a little late now, but sure. Oh, he gets orc bonuses. I could put berserkers on him. Could. Yeah. He would lose a lot of defense, or a lot of... Hey, how's it going, Lawrence? Welcome back to the stream. This is how the battle goes for us at the moment. It's not great, but yeah, it's going. I'm not even sure how many active players we have anymore, unfortunately. I think people seem to be dropping quite often. That does happen in the last couple of weeks, though. Once the ring gets taken, people generally start dropping off. It's nothing new. It's just always unfortunate when it happens. Hey, EJ. What's up? Oh yeah, I can't get over onto that one. Oh yeah. That's why I always like throwing comms at him when I can. Bye-bye. Gondor seems to be doing quite a bit better. Gonna do some 1v1 with EJ. Hey, grats. Who'd you get up there? That's always an exciting decision. Who's gonna be the first 50? No, I didn't. I'll have to check that out. Spend a bunch of stuff. Adoris. Let's see. Whoop. Oh, wow. Look at that. Isengard's still got it for now, eh? You guys are going to help, though. Well, that's good to see. People working together again. Well, the elves are still working away. Yeah, they got Rivendell back. This just keeps bouncing back and forth. Alright, you guys are down there too still. Did the dwarves come up here yet? No, not yet. I imagine they're on their way. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's definitely a good pick for the first 50. Yeah, that is a nice looking Haldir. He's just gotten better and better. Congrats indeed. So we have a second viewer joining us. Welcome. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask. We'll try and answer anything we can. If we don't know the answer, we'll try and figure it out together. It'll be an adventure. Let's see what we need more of. Let's get another 2,500 of them. We can start using them. Get some more of them. Why not? Let's just get a bunch more of them. We use them a lot. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Get the snipers up just a little bit more. Yeah, I think I've heard about that, like this marching glitch. Very nice, yeah. Oh, she's not up to... What respect level do you have her at? If you can get her up to, I think it's respect 5, man, the healing she brings. Even still. Good build for Boromir. Boromir, yeah. I'll show you Ijubus in a minute. Faramir, yes, they're also... Personally, I'm not sure how the glitch works. I've just heard stories on the Discord of people marching to certain tiles or recalling commanders, and the commander all of a sudden teleporting to the tile, but still having to march out the full timer. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but where was... Yeah, so this is EJ's Boromir. The Warden skill is huge, as well as is it this tree? Yeah, this tree is pretty good. It's got disarm, which I believe this reduces I believe it reduces physical damage by something like 500%. Hey Estelle, welcome back. He's got the Horn of Gondor maxed. Nice. 272 might on him. That's crazy. I usually see the Warden tree expanded into, but he's gone with the Horn of Gondor, and hey, it works well for him. So there's one example of a Boromir build. Yeah. Faramir. I don't know if I have a Faramir handy unless I switch over to my Gondor account. Over 5K. I can't remember. That's probably an answer to a question that I asked. Recreational amnesia. Yeah. I can't remember what that would be in reference to. Let's upgrade some buildings because I got a bunch of stone. You got no YouTube notification. Well, that's not right. I don't know why it wouldn't notify you. Maybe YouTube doesn't like me. Welcome to the stream regardless, Shnola. Good to have you back. You know what? Just because I'm waiting a little bit anyway. Like I said, I don't have access to. Just a second. I'm going to have to. Crap. Yeah. So that song, that intro song that they play on this menu screen, apparently the people that made it have a real bee in their bonnet about the copyright, because any of the streams I have that feature that get a copyright strike. So this one's probably going to be included. I do this all the time too. I mean to switch servers, and then I forget to switch servers, and I just go back in. So I'll have to do this again. Got my Eowyn on R2 at the moment. Okay, nice. Yeah, it can be hard, that's for sure. It's always nice if you get the gifts that you need for them, but if you don't, then you're kind of stuck. All right, attempt number 2. Shnola, yes, if you didn't hit the bell notification thingamajig, I don't know if they send you the push notifications. I'm still not up on everything I need to be. I've gotten pretty good with the like and subscribe stuff, reminding people about that, but I forget how important the little bell is. Apparently it means something to the algorithm. Alright, once this gets in here, I can turn the game sound back on. Bam! Alright. I have almost 2 million power waiting. Oh my god. So, I just came in here to take a look. If while I'm in here on my Gondor account, if anybody has questions about specific good commanders, good troops, things like that, I can take a look at it while I'm here. But Faramir, this was the build that I was using for Faramir. I liked his Rangers of Illithin because all units gain initiative. It also boosts his might. The flanking prioritizes ranged units. I do, yes. I think it was one of my spy accounts. Yeah, it was, yeah. It's an elf. It's actually an elf, I believe, named Gondorian Scum. Faramir also has the Guide ability, which is just great for any commander, in my opinion. You know, the 45% damage and stun immunity is great. He gets Foresight, so I was using him against Oathbreakers and things like that. And then he also has the Air ability tree, the same as Boromir, but he gets it at R5. So again, for Faramir, this was the kind of build I was looking at if you have access to it. If not, if you only have him at Respect 1, then he's a good one to use as a tip commander. As he gets, you know, faster tips, 2 commanders, and extra experience from tips he completes. You have not all. I do have quite a number on this account, that's for sure. I think there's basically just a few. I think there's just a few T3s that I didn't get on this server. Yeah, I've got all the T1s, got all the T2s. Yeah, so I just didn't get a few of the T3s here. I was getting close to Dane. What's this even looking like now? Wow. The elves haven't been wiped out. Crazy. Or the dwarves haven't been... And Rohan is back in it? How the heck did Rohan take something? Go them. And we've taken something over here? Like, this is crazy. I haven't been on this server in... I don't know. Well, good week, probably. What about a troop build? I don't know what I should use for him. Okay. Let me take another look at him. Okay, so he doesn't have any bonuses for specific unit types unless you get into rank 5. If you get into rank 5, then use, you know, men units. Other than that, you can pretty much use anything you want with him. You do want to keep in mind the bonus damage that he gives. So things like, I don't know, Dunedains, Cavaliers, Archers, you know, Sharpshooters and Bow Knights can make really good use of this. There's a lot of options because he doesn't have specific bonuses unless you go into the nobility skill. If you go heavy into flanking, then, you know, you're probably going to want to use Dunedains with him, considering him and the Dunedains are then going to prioritize ranged units and really tear them apart. Yeah, again, he's a really versatile commander in terms of what troops you use with him. You know, commanders like Eowyn, they're pretty limited because you want to be using mounted units with her. But Faramir, you can use pretty much what you're happy with. What you need for any given situation. Is there anything I can do just to, like, be a nuisance while I'm in here? Should I try and solo this keep? I don't think we have a war. Yeah, we're not at war, so what would I need? I'd need a lot of siege damage. I can probably gather a lot of siege damage. These guys died? How'd you guys die? Oh no, my barracks is pretty empty. I haven't been in here recruiting people, so I couldn't do a whole lot. I got 5,000 Oathbreakers, that's funny. Okay, well I've got a bunch of guys already loaded up too. What do we got for you? 77,000, 81,000. No, we couldn't solo a keep without a war buff. Alright, well, as I said, I was just coming over specifically to take a look at the Faramir account. If there are no other questions about good commanders, good troops, I'm going to head back over to Mordor. I'll give people a minute or so to respond in case. Yeah, that's because there was only a few people focusing on South Cond. It's not an important piece of land, to be honest. It's more important that we try and hold Minas Morgul and the Black Gate than it is Southern Cond. So I was never in favor of a fight down there. At least not until we were ready. and we've just never been ready. We've always had more important things to do. All right. We're heading on back over to Mordor then. Boop. Oh, and it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. I don't know if I caught it quick enough. Maybe there's like an allowance. 5 seconds or so. If not, whatever. These aren't monetized anyway. They can go ahead and sue me for the $0. Yeah, we've been able to hold it until now, so. And we would have held it the other day if we could have got just a few more people. $12 mins. Alrighty. So in 12 minutes, well, I don't know how long ago that was now. 11:21. We're at 11:26. All right, so yeah, we still got some time before the 1v1 versus Ijubu. Man, you gotta Ijubu. I think that's it. That's why I just call him EJ, man. It's so much easier. In the beginning of the game, I could never remember if it was Ijubu or Ibuju. And now I'm even pretty sure it's Ijubu. Yes, it is 11:30 a.m. here in Canada. Well, in Ontario, Canada, anyway. It's different times in different parts of the country. All right, let's get somebody on a mock battle because we've got that tie. Yeah, Lurtz, you want to get stronger. Lurtz wants to get stronger. So you can come over. Here it is. Yes. And you can get stronger. Over here. Ah, bugger. By me it is 17 p.m. Is that 7 p.m. or 1700? 5 p.m. There's a few things that could be, I guess. 1 p.m., 7 p.m., 5 p.m. I think one of those three is correct. Alright, let's do some... Oh, sorry, forgot about it. No, it's okay. Aha! Okay, yes, so 1700. Gotcha. I can translate from the 24-hour clock, so... I wasn't sure if either the 1 or a 7 was a typo and not supposed to be there, or if the PM was a bit of a typo and it was... Oh, okay. So you still include the PM on the 17 in Germany? Oh, okay. We figured it out, though, regardless. So it is 5 p.m. in Germany, or at least in your part of Germany. I imagine Germany has at least a couple of different time zones. As always, if any of the audio levels need to be adjusted, please let me know. I just go off what the bouncing bars look like. I'm not really an audio technician, so I don't totally know how to translate what those bouncing bars mean, but I do my best. Hey, Fleeting Dream, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Will Angmar and Roon be available to play? Yes, they will. All 8 factions, I think, will be available to play come release. The special units for Roon, I don't think I have easy access to their actual picture or stats. I'll see if I can find them here. But they are a war chariot. They deal, I believe it's bonus damage to melee units. And I think they receive less damage from melee units. I'll just see if I can find them. I know I faced them at one point in the red book here. Okay, so I will be able to show you Angmar's. This is Angmar's special unit, the Fallen, or Fallen. They have Spite, so their damage increases by 6%, up to 10 stacks upon receiving damage. Hey EJ, how's it going? And because they're mounted, they receive 10% less damage at max. It's a bit too low. Which is a bit too low, Lawrence? My voice, or the game and background music? So that Fleeting Dream, that was Angmar's special unit. As I said, I'll see if I can find runes. Alright. Again, which needs to be louder? So I can sit a little bit closer to the mic. I didn't want to blow it out, so I was sitting a little bit further back. About 4 mins, my best comm is hit for the 1v1. Sounds good, EJ. Like I said, Grima is sitting there waiting on that one tile. I've got Agzok and Kamul on the tile just behind him. And they are my next 2 best commanders. Agzok deals way more damage. Aha, here is the War Chariot. That's actually the name of it. That's what I've been calling it, thinking I couldn't remember the name. But this is Roon's T4 unit Fleeting Dream, the War Chariot. Yep, so against melee units, they deal 20% extra damage. And they also have Scythes, inflicts bleeding, causing the target to suffer 30% physical damage, continuous every 1 round. Or every round for 1 round, sorry. So there we go. Elves can be, but they can be beaten very easily. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Both Angmar and Roon use cavalry units as their T4s. Alright, there we go. I will... Alright. How is that? Does that sound better, Lawrence? I should probably write down just in case this all resets itself again. Oh, excuse me momentarily. I need to get my notepad. I say notepad, it's just a pad of sticky notes. Alright, better. Excellent. So, we have Mike at 90%. All right. Let's get over here. Oh, sorry, EJ. I was working on some other stuff. Ooh, Aragorn, man. That is just nasty. Wow. GG. I mean, I could have told you that would have happened if I knew it was going to be Aragorn. Oh. Do you have him built the way I like to see an Aragorn built? Oh, wow. That's an interesting build for an Aragorn. That's a commander damage build for sure. Yeah, 329 might. No wonder you did so much comm damage. All right. Get him trooped back up. Because with those kind of commander damage numbers, I'm interested to see him go against Agzok. Oh, his armor. Yeah, I wanted to check out his gear. Oh, man. Noldor sword strengthened up to 4. That's crazy. That's hilarious, using that and not even using the dwarves. I mean, I would too, because with the way you built them, that might is crazy. Oh, very nice. Yeah, very nice gear. I mean, we all know how that was ending. I hope you don't blame me for pulling them off. His might is 379 normally? Wow. Yeah, I guess with this. Like I said, I'm actually curious to see Aragorn go against Exok. I know there's a 3-level difference, but Exok hits like a truck. Up to you, though. Yes, Shnola. Isengard is the strongest faction on this server. Singular faction. Did I record the battle for a video? The battle with EJ here? Because I've got all this on stream, so I think I can use it later. I don't know if I can come in and just like extract this stuff. Probably. I haven't tried that yet. Oh no, I lost a tile. So pursuit will get around avoidance. A skill like this grants avoidance to the unit. A unit with pursuit will still be able to attack through that avoidance. I don't think I was able to catch the battle for Minas Morgul on stream. It might... Our attempted defense might have been on stream the other day. I'd have to go back and watch it, to be honest. Hey, you gotta have a little bit of luck, that's for sure. Yeah. To be honest though, EJ, T3s I find are a bit of a luxury. They're not a necessity. Most T3s only really shine at Respect 3 and Respect 5. And, you know, in order to get that, you're going to be spending so much. Whereas a lot of the tier 1 and tier 2 commanders, you can get them up to respect 3 and respect 5 a little easier. And once they get there, they're actually as powerful or more powerful a lot of the times than a base T3 con. Alright, sounds good. That'll be an interesting fight. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, no problem. I get it. Fleeting Dream. The other thing about Pursuit and Avoidance, units like Oathbreakers, where they have an immunity to physical damage, as weird as it may sound, that immunity is actually granted to them as avoidance. So any commanders that you have with Pursuit or any commanders with Pursuit, or the Foresight ability, that's what it's called, on the good side, they can actually damage Oathbreakers just like normal. So you don't have to use focus damage if you have commanders like that. And that's the one thing I find evil commanders need more of. We don't, as far as I know, we don't have any commanders with Pursuit, which I find really, really strange. You would think that evil commanders would be pursuing their targets. Shinola, other factions by default are always gonna come up as enemies to you, regardless of whether or not they're on the same good or evil side. Yes, all faction versus all is possible. Generally, at least when it was all good factions and the evil factions were all controlled by the AI, then you would have a lot of good factions fighting each other for control of the map because the AI weren't much of an issue. Once all 8 factions are controlled by players, good factions working together and evil factions working together is going to be a whole lot more important. If good factions or evil factions waste time infighting and fighting amongst themselves, then the other faction, the other side, is just going to be able to walk over and make life miserable for them. So while it is possible for Isengard and Mordor, for example, to fight each other, in this situation, when it's 4-on-2 basically, why would we fight each other when we can just fight the actual enemies? Same with the good factions. Dwarves at the dwarves and elves were fighting each other up here. And then they started to work together and took over a bunch of land down here from Isengard. So the teamwork becomes more important, like I said, as more factions become playable by players. How much prestige you got? I don't actually know. I haven't checked in a while. Let's find out together, EJ. I have exactly 600k now. Yummy, yummy. Like I said, Exoc hits like a truck. Yeah, Shinola, did you see the map on server 1 when I was over there? Ooh. That did not go well at all. Those goddamn bear men, man. Those things are nasty. GG. Yeah, Faramir, I mean, he doesn't have the defensive abilities that Aragorn or Boromir do. Well, in server 1, the map on server 1 looks basically the same as server 3, but instead of Mordor, it's elves that have taken over. And Mordor on server 3 is made up of a lot of the elves from server 1. So once you realize that, it makes a little bit more sense. Nice, EJ. Yeah, Gandalf, all three of them are really good commanders. Gandalf and Arwen, I think those are my two 50s on my Gondor account. Yeah, they got in 52,000 damage in that one. That was nice. Yeah, Boromir, man, he's a pain in the ass. And you've got him built more for damage, which is nice. Any new viewers to the stream, welcome. Glad to have you. Any questions about the game, feel free to ask. We'll try and answer anything we can to the best of our abilities. Anything we can't, we'll find the answer together. It'll be an adventure. Alright, Grimma's gonna be ready to go again in 50 seconds. Oh wait, that was a new Kamul build that I'm using too. I gotta go check that battle out, because I ended up getting him to rank Respect 5. So I'm trying the Black Easterling build. And yeah, it doesn't seem like it was very effective. Huh. Let's go take a look. Okay, so yeah, they got the avoidance on the first one. For relocation, so do you mean to just relocate a commander to a fort, or do you mean to move your settlement, your main castle, Shnola? This is weird. This feels like it should have been more effective. Oh, wait, the disarm thing probably. Also, ouch, yeah, minus 500%. Ugh. That was a weird fight. Weird fight. I don't know if I like the Black Easterling. Alright, who do you got coming to this tile? Move base. I build 9. Yeah, I don't see what's too crazy about that, Lawrence. Makes sense to me. Yeah. I mean, Galadriel's a monster comm. He doesn't even have her set up for healing. I mean, these two alone do a really good job of healing, but yeah, I mean, 63 grand. Yeah, Galadriel is nuts. And with the Oathbreakers on there, these guys didn't stand a chance. Because the Dunedains were just tearing apart the Arbalests too fast for the Arbalests to do any amount of damage to the Oathbreakers. But send commander from last fort take me 5 hours. What? Hey, Skane, welcome. What do you mean it took you 5 hours, Shnola? Like you had a 5-hour march? Yeah, that would have been an interesting fight, though. So, Shnola, just to try and clear up relocation, yeah, there seems to be. I have put this into the bug reports. There is a weird thing that if you use the summon function, which I'm assuming that you used the summon function, Shnola, and your commander was sitting on a resource tile, not in a fort. If they're not in a fort, send my commander. What? Okay, no, that's weird. But yeah, to finish that thought, if you use the summon function on a commander that's on a resource tile, they don't get the reposition speed bonus, the 200% speed bonus. So it will take longer. If you're going to summon a commander back to your base, you need to have them in a fort, and then they'll reposition faster. But sending a commander from your base to a fort, that shouldn't take 5 hours, because you should still get the 200% speed bonus. Alright, well, we got 3 minutes until Agzok's ready, but we'll send Grima in to have some fun while we wait. See who EJ's got parked here. Probably Boromir still sitting here. Yeah, that sounds really odd, Shnola. I know I got hit with one of those, though. That's how I found out about the summon function being bugged, because I got hit with a 3-hour recall when it should have only taken like 20 minutes. Oh, 1 second. I just need to check something here. My commander Agzok is in base. If I send him from the base to a fort, I need a lot of time. Okay, so yes, that makes sense, Shnola. And yes, to move your base, you need to take a 3x3 plot of land. So I'll see if I can find a good example here. So right here, if you see, like, this tile would need to be taken, but a square like this, 3 1x1 tiles by 3 1x1 tiles, you get 9 of those with no, and they can't be next to mountains, they can't be next to another settlement, rivers, certain things like that. They need to be surrounded by regular resource tiles. But then you just click on the center one. I can't do it on this. You would hit build, relocate, and then it's either 500 gems or you go into the warband store, and for 500 tokens, like 500 of the warband coins, you can buy a relocation token. It doesn't take any time as long as you have the plot of land, all of your armies in your base, and you meet the region restrictions, because you can't relocate into a region that you don't own. As long as all those are green, you hit the button, slide the thing, and your base will automatically pop up in its new home. Well, yeah, you don't... You're only doing 30% siege damage there, Mosh. Ooh, we almost got this full. Yeah. So when he said that, I thought, like, I mean, I know they might not do a ton, but they actually have one of the higher siege numbers in the game. So, there's usually another reason something like that's going wrong for you. Actually, it would probably be in public reports. These are mine. Alright, not sure. Well, not sure where it is. Oh, yeah. Dude, you need to max one of these. Sorry, I realized I've been silent here for a couple of moments, just trying to addressing some questions. He's a really good com. Why is always draw? Oh, it can be alright, Skane, if you've got the troops to spare. You know, if you're in a position where you kind of need all the troops, all the units you can get for attacking or defending, then it's not really worth it to be losing any against, you know, Ents or Springs if they're going to be causing you heavy losses. But if you're in a position that you can afford the losses, or if you're not taking very heavy losses, then yeah, it can be a decent way of farming up some XP for certain comms. You've got to do the math though, really. It depends on just how much XP you're getting. If you're only getting 20 grand, is it really worth it to do that? Or would you just rather go and sweep a level 25 and get that same 20 grand basically? Or like you said, would you rather just save up and throw that commander on a mock battle for 15 and get, you know, 600, 700,000 experience depending on the tile. Although I do find, again, I think I said it earlier in the server, that good factions have a little bit easier time with that than evil factions, just because of the bonus damage against the trolls. Well, EJ, if you're still watching, I hope Blightendale has something that can go against that Grimma. Because I don't like that he pushed up. I'm going to send Grimma down at him. Yeah, probably Corsairs and Alchemists. Both of those would make Ents quite a bit easier. Bye bye, Dwaylen. Yeah, I think we'll win out against those 6 bearmen. That was a fun outing for Agzok right there. GG EJ. Of course, Boromir hanging on by a thread though. Make some more room in the Apo. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Skane. I'm personally, I mean, Mordor is not in the greatest of positions. in some people's minds, I mean, sure, we could be doing better. We could be doing a lot worse as well, though. But I agree with you that this is a much more balanced server than some people are experiencing. Rohan is really the only faction here that is still pretty well pooched. I think most of them have given up. I think most of them gave up a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. And I don't think they've had enough people return. But Gondor, they definitely came back really strong. Dwarves were always strong. They were just quiet. They were very quiet up here until things kicked off. Elves had been looking pretty down and out for a little bit, but luckily they were able to come back. And like you said, this is looking a lot more even, a lot more balanced. It's making for some exciting days in the last couple of weeks of the beta, that's for sure. I would rather see a server go out like this with people still fighting and duking it out and having a good time right until the end, rather than server 1 or server 3, where one faction has completely dominated and, you know, everyone, it's just petered out. Indeed. I mean, I'll admit, I have been saying 4v2, but it's really only effectively 3v2. Because Rohan isn't, I don't know, they might be doing something, but I don't think, alright, well, no, they're here with, they're here with the elves, still fighting, so they may not be doing a lot, but they're still active. Huzzah! Really, 6 bearmen were able to take out 6 mountain trolls. I mean, wow. That is just how strong bearmen are. Hey, Frosh. Welcome back. Indeed. Oh, man. Been out in the pool this week with my son, and I forgot the sunscreen, so my back is starting to get itchy from the sunburn. Oh. It'll be on stream, not streak. Kamul is ready to go again. Yeah, sorry I haven't been able to get as much in this week, Frosh. My son, I share my son with my ex, with his mom, and he's over here right now for the time being, so I'm trying to be, you know, a good father and spend time with him while he's here. He's very understanding and gets that I'm trying to get this rolling and need to spend some time here too. But family definitely comes first. So I've been hoping that it hasn't been impacting things too negatively. I've got a loyal bunch of people so far, and I really appreciate every one of you. So that's why I had some time this morning. I wanted to make sure I got back on, spent some time, addressed some questions. Yeah, Skane, that's always the issue. You know, once you start spending, you're, like you said, you pretty much feel locked into that server. Ah, thank you, Frosh. I may do that later. Oh, wow. Grima had some lunch. Who did you come up against? Oh, ouch. A 35 Hirgorn. Yep. That was never going to end well. Ah, okay. Sounds good, James. Welcome to the stream, James. I will start taking a look. So, we've got alerts here. Yeah, alerts is one of these commanders that built this way. He's really versatile because he doesn't really lock you into any specific units. You're able to use him as you need him. So, you know, if you're not needing to counter anything specific, this is a really good build. These guys are going to take out snipers that are going to be doing extra damage to these guys. These guys are just going to be tearing everybody apart. You could try swapping these with mountain trolls, just under the same premise that I do with the Reapers, where if you do have archers that you're coming against, the mountain trolls would protect these guys from the archers while your snipers are then tearing the archers apart. So that just may be a way to maximize the value of your fell beasts. That being said, there's nothing wrong with using troops the way you've got them on there. The Shadow. Again, I think he's another one that he doesn't really lock you into any specific units. So using him just like this is great. Yeah, you've got the additional damage on all of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, something like this, you're pretty well resigned to the fact that these guys are gonna die. You don't have anything protecting them really, but any damage that they do is amplified, you know, so much by this guy. And some commanders, that's kind of what you have to do. You just have to realize that this isn't a defensive-minded commander, so he's not really going to protect the troops. But he is going to boost their abilities. Yeah, Kamul, he's an interesting one, because there's a few different builds, I think, that are possible for him. I would suggest getting anticipation here. One reason is because I find this guy a perfect commander for, where's my Kamul here? Do I have him here? This combination on Kamul, I find guarantees these guys do maximum damage. Let's see if I can fight them here before they get down there. Yeah, alright. So I'll get into a fight with Kamul here, and I'll show you the damage that they put out. That'll give you a bit of a comparison maybe for your own reports. But again, Kamul is another really good commander in that sense, where you can build him a few different ways. The anticipation, though, I do think that's kind of a key skill, just because even if you're not using it for the Reapers, it's just going to allow whatever your lowest defense unit is a bit better chance of making it farther into the battles. Ouch, that was not a great oh, that was his 50 Aragorn. Oh, yeah, that hurts. So, coming up against the 50 Aragorn with Kamul, that's just painful. And I really don't know about this new... I've gone with this new Black Easterling build. I may swap back to the other one. I'm not liking that so far. But, yeah, Shadow of the East. That focus damage is going to be great against Oathbreakers. Probably against Bearmen as well, to get through their physical damage. So Kamul, I mean, if he's working for you this way, then feel free. Stick with this, no problem. If you're finding success with Dragoons, then that's really good, because most of us have been underwhelmed with Dragoons. But if you find that this works with Kamul, yeah, maybe share some reports that have worked with this, just so other people can get another idea of some of the possibilities with Kamul. Yeah, and then she's a basic commander. You've got her built kind of the best way you can. You know, max out that. Yeah, that's her defensive skill. Yep. Yeah, that's really the best you can hope for in terms of defense and damage when it comes to Ysra, in my opinion. If you're not making her a tip commander, then that's probably the kind of build you're looking for her. No, thank you very much, Frosh. I really appreciate that. That really helps keep the motivation up, that's for sure. But they're on another server. Well, they're on server 3, right, Skane? Ask, and ye shall receive, buddy. Oh, can I hit it before the... Oh, I had it muted anyway. I had forgot to unmute the game sound. Jeez. Alright, let's see, because I think I've still got my server 3 account here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Server 3. Hey, Skane. I can review your comms, buddy. I have not been over here in an age. Wow. I am Fan Guy. Hello. welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, fan guy. Great to have you here. Any questions about the game, fan? Feel free to ask. We'll try and answer them the best we can. Anything we don't know the answer to, we will find it out together. It'll be an adventure. Up to 7 viewers. That's always nice to see. Welcome everybody that has joined. I hope it's informative so far, entertaining, engaging, all that fun stuff. Alright, Skane, I believe it's probably going to take you a minute or so to get switched over to server 3 and get the reports and things like that sent over. So if you don't mind, and if everyone doesn't mind, I'm just going to go and take a quick 5 minutes. I've just got to go to the washroom, and I'm going to have a quick smoke, and then I will be right back, and we're going to be reviewing Skane's comms and see what he has. Alright, friend request accepted. Gonna get my be right back screen. Actually, let's go with the intermission screen. I don't think the chat box works, but at least then you can still see what's going on. Alright, intermission screen up. I'm just gonna be a quick 5. We will be right back to review Skane's comms. Thank you very much once again for joining. I will see you folks in a minute. And we are back. Alrighty. Let's see what we've got. Not a problem, Skane. My pleasure. Yeah, nothing wrong with this Faramir. Yeah, I mean, those are the perfect skills to take for Faramir, in my opinion. You're Gondor. I might suggest, I don't know if you've tried using Swan Knights in place of the cats, but it might be an option. I don't know if you save your Swan Knights and like prioritize them on other commanders. Yeah, there's another... Is it... Okay, you've got the armed escort. I think it's... Okay, so I think the one that I'm used to seeing here... He's got foresight as well. So you could go foresight to get around avoidance from commanders like Grima. He's also a good option to help take Oathbreakers in the early game. But if you're not needing to get around avoidance with him, then putting the points up here is a good option as well, just to increase the damage. The gear... Yeah, the gear looks pretty good. And then, yeah, using the Master Throwers with the Bow Knights. Like, this is a perfect troop composition for him. Going against trolls. If you're not going against trolls and you want to maximize damage, replace these guys with sharpshooters. Other than that, he looks really good. Yeah. Okay, now with Boromir, I do find, I think it's the air skill tree, which is the secondary option in his base skills. I found air a little bit nicer for him just because it increases the defense of units. But this tree leads into disarm, and even just putting 1 point into disarm, if it goes off, it decreases the physical damage dealt by something like 500%. So it can be a really good skill, even just to put 1 point into. Again, other than that, you know, you could look at getting him some better gear. He doesn't really need focus. That's one thing. So if you can get a weapon and a chest piece that are more might and speed oriented, might being the prime stat, yeah, like something like this, is fine, because you may still end up putting mounted units like Swan Knights on him. And then, yeah, I mean, the accessories, I think they could do with a bit of reworking. I don't think the accessories are great for either good or evil. But you could probably do better than this one. Just because this, you know, it's only giving you a bonus to focus. And Boromir really doesn't have anything that benefits from focus, unfortunately. He's going to benefit more from might and speed. And yeah, Gandalf, funny enough, this tree isn't, at least in server 1, this wasn't as popular a tree later on. Once you get him at higher respect levels, maxing out guide is kind of necessary. That 45% bonus damage is great. Armed escort is always nice. What is it's I can't even remember. He's got another his R3 tree. Wow, I'm totally blanking on the Gandalf builds right now. I'd have to go over and check mine. But if you only have him at respect 1 or respect 0 type thing, then yeah, this is definitely understandable. I might suggest, although I guess this right now, this is maximizing his commander damage, his focus damage. But yeah, maxing out guide and then getting armed escort up there as well usually helps with Gandalf. Generally, you only need 1 point into this skill later on if you do get him higher in respect, just to activate the stun. And then he generally ends up becoming a commander that benefits his troops more than himself. So, like I said, early on, when you have him at lower respect levels, he can be a really good commander for personal commander damage. Later on, if you get to increase his respect levels, he can really turn into a commander that benefits and boosts the troops used with him. Sentinels, any chance you get, I would replace Sentinels with sharpshooters. They just do a lot more damage. And Dunedains usually work really well on Gandalf as well. Just because you're generally always going to come up against ranged units. And him giving Dunedains the extra damage. Him giving the Dunedains extra damage early on means that they can really do a lot of damage to opposing archers. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have much luck against Mumakills. That you would need your Faramir, or sorry, not your Faramir, that's who that was, your Haldir kind of build. Because the Mumakills are large units, then this kind of a build is going to be effective against Mumakills as well. And yeah, he knew he was coming up against your Oathbreakers here. That's why he loaded up with the Corsairs. Yeah, see, like this one you did pretty well because your bow knights were doing a lot of damage to the Ravagers. But yeah, the Sentinels are pretty much always outmatched by the sharpshooters from Rohan. Okay, so Faramir's troops and Gandalf's troops. Yeah, as I said with Faramir, you could try including Swan Knights in place of the Cataphracts if you've got enough Swan Knights to spread them out that much. Other than that, like I said, in a fight like this, you were kind of pooched regardless, unless you had like Swan Knights and Bow Knights with Master Throwers. But in general, Swan Knights could replace Cataphracts. Another option might be the Ram Riders from Dwarves, just because they have their defense debuff that they apply to the enemy. The other option is Cavaliers. Just because Cavaliers do so much damage, I find them a really, really good unit all around. Gandalf's troops. As I said with Gandalf, replace the Sentinels with sharpshooters. Gandalf is another one that, personally, on server 1, my general build for Gandalf was Swan Knights, Cavaliers, and Bow Knights. If I wasn't using that, then it was Swan Knights, Bow Knights, and Dunedains, or Swan Knights, Dunedains, and Cavaliers. Something like that. Those were the main units that I would look at. Yeah, Ram Riders can be pretty good. That damage, or that debuff that they put on is overlooked a lot of the time. Unfortunately, I find Cataphracts kind of outpaced by other things. They're slower than Cavaliers. They don't have the benefits of Swan Knights. You know, they don't really counter anything. The only real upside to them is their own defensive capabilities. But that only goes so far. Alrighty, well, I think that just about covers it. If there's anything I've overlooked, anything else that you need to know or want to know before I head back over to Mordor, or back over to server 4, let me know. Awesome. Hopefully it helps. As I said, my pleasure. Always like clearing things up. Gonna head back over to server 4 and see what's going on back over there. Click the button. And back in we go. Oh, nobody wanted to come play anymore? Alright, fine. Guess we're just holding our ground then. Let's get Agzok loaded back up here. Yeah, Kamul. I don't know. I may reset Kamul. This is just underwhelming. I really thought this would be a lot stronger than it is. But has he just come up against that 50 Aragorn both times? I think so. Yeah, and that's not a great test. Oh, this one was a 45 Boromir. Still did pretty crappy. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, Kamul is an interesting one to me. It's like that Black Easterling build really feels like it should be strong. I don't know if I just came up against the wrong troops with it. It's one of those things I don't know if I want to... I mean, I might as well just keep testing with it, I guess. See if I can get more reports. I guess I can turn the game sound back on now that I don't have to worry about this music. The in-game music, there's no copyright issue with that stuff. I wonder how big these guys are. Should I send Grima? Should I load up all my comms and just send them in? See if my 3 comms can clear out 5. It's not worth building if you can't make somebody laugh. No, I mean, it's not... I can't force it. Sometimes you get the funny names come into your head real easy. Yeah, I think so, Schnola. I think once all my commanders have got their troops loaded back up, I think we'll send them. We'll send them in and see if we can't take these 5 guys out. I don't know if I've had much dealings with any of these guys, so I don't really think I've got... Do we have any public reports to let me know what I might be coming up against? I guess I could go PvP. Tribesmen, wait, what? The AI are actually attacking? Oh no, this was them going after the AI. Okay. What is this? Gotcha. No, I don't know if I can find... any real convenient reports on any of those guys over there. Sitting on minus Morgul. So it'll be a surprise. It'll be interesting to see who they've got. No, I mean... I don't really need the anti-spy measures up for this one. I mean, Gondor kind of knows, or should know, what we're doing. So, I've been contemplating as well. Mordor have 2 hours left. Well, not all of Mordor. Swan, we have less than 2 hours left on our war declaration. At which point, yeah, same with Tattoo. At which point we'd only be doing 30% siege damage. Witch Kings still has 16 hours of full siege damage, but I was trying to wait until today so that Swan and Witch at least could attack together, but we had people go early, so yeah, we do need siege for minus Morgul. It's got 16 million hit points that need to go down in order to take it. So I mean, like, oh wait, that's true. It's technically located in Gorgoroth. Yeah, duh. That was a noob moment. Don't even need siege damage to take it. That's funny. Haha. I started a thought there. I don't think I finished it. I've been contemplating what I'm gonna do in the downtime until this goes live. I've already planned that I'm gonna try and collect some footage and put out some more videos. The only issue with that is there's gonna be a number of changes come live, I imagine. So a lot of the videos I already have up, and any videos that I put out until launch could end up being outdated and needing to come down or be updated in that time. So I'm already considering that some of my content may need to change as the game changes. But I'm also considering other games to stream in the downtime to try and expand the reach of the channel. I'm not really into any other games of this style, though. That's one of the issues, so I don't want it to be too jarring for people switching game styles. But some of the options I've considered are Magic the Gathering Arena, Hearthstone. Those are two that I play fairly often. Not as much since I've been spending more time in this, but there are new sets released in both of those games that I've been interested to check out. I think I've got a way to hook my PS4 up and stream gameplay from that as well. So I think there are options for variety if need be. Welcome back, Lawrence. I hope it went well. I hope it's helping. I disregard that, Lawrence. I mean, you guys probably knew anyway, but yeah. Oops. Just a moment. Anti-spy measures. Whoop. And we're back. No, you don't need to guess. I mean, you already saw the announcement going out. Can you make a series on YouTube for this game on any fresh account? Start from zero to hero series. That sounds like a really good idea, Schnola. Now, is that something that I kind of feel like that would be better to do once the game launches live and, you know, the majority of the changes have been finalized? If you would like me to try and get something like that thrown together in the last couple of weeks here. I don't know exactly how high I'd be able to get an account in the last 2 weeks. I had thought about starting a Rohan account, funny enough, just because marshals. So if it's something that you want to see right away, Shnola, I can try and put that series together now and have it release in the downtime. Otherwise, like I said, I can make note of it and make sure to get that series off the ground as soon as the game launches. But it's definitely a great idea for a video series. I have just written it down so I do not forget it. I always love making suggestions a reality for people. I mean, it helps with the creative process. I can only think of so many ideas sometimes, so it's great to be able to check over chat or comments to see things people are looking for specifically. Oh, this is getting so close to being full. I am gonna love seeing this full of forts. Alright, no problem, Shnola. You know what? Let me just take a look at something here. Alright, I'm gonna do this before I try and switch servers so that I know I'm not gonna have an issue. Since we know that we're not doing anything here for a while, I mean, for no reason in particular there, Lawrence. But I wonder if that is quite a strong possibility, Lawrence. I mean, as I said, I plan on having at least one good and one evil faction account. Alright, so let's... Aha! I know how to do this. Confirm. We do this. I think I can't remember the account name. Okay, never mind on that then. Whoop. How do I go back? Go back. There we go. Okay. Full screen again. Google Play. Yeah, we'll just stick to my normal Google account because I don't have anything else connected on the computer. So, oh no, I would need to... nope, okay. Alrighty. Shnola, which server did you say you're on again? And Lawrence, do you know yet which faction you're going to be playing come live? Are you going to go good? Are you going to go evil? Are you going to stick Gondor? Try out one of the others? But yeah, Shnola, if you let me know which server you're on, I'll try and start my account on that server. That way you can actually send me commander reports and things like that. I can give you direct feedback on commanders that you've got. Any play on any server. All right, I will go to server 15 then, since it's probably the least populated. We're gonna skip this. And yeah, because I said I wanted to try Rohan anyway because of the marshals. So let's go. Faction is already full. Try another faction. Fine. Elves? I can be an elf. Gonna be Gondor? I mean, it's understandable. Gondor is a good faction. I really enjoyed playing Gondor on server 1. Alright, what does your ring look like? I don't know yet. Let's figure that out. What does my ring look like? You only have... nope. I just got in as an elf, Schnolla. I'm gonna go with gold. Sapphire, sure, why not? Let's go with elaborate. Sure, let's inscribe it. Why not? I have chosen my fate. Go me. I'm awake. Yes, I am. Yeah, no, don't ask. You do not want to know what I had to go through to get this ring, Gandalf. Things do not look good, if I just saw correctly. Alright, so I mean, as you're starting, everybody knows the beginning here. You just come through, do the little tutorial stuff. That's all fun. Yeah, good old Gollum. The only part he plays in this game for some reason is just annoying you at the tutorial. Oh wow. Alright, this map actually looks alright. We go check out the ring. See what's going on over here. Go check out Sauron. Yep. Come on, hello, come here. Recruit commander. Well, since we're an elf, we get Haldir to start, which is awesome. In other game, if someone plays series like this free to play, I like him. Alright. Well, I will definitely do a free to play series. I cannot necessarily be called a free to play player all the time, but I do know that free to play players can do very well in this game. So I will make sure that the 0 to Hero guide, maybe there will be two. Maybe there will be a free to play and maybe there will be a, not pay to win, but you know, paid player or ways to enhance your free to play experience by paying. Yeah. So one of the big things, obviously, is just following through your scrolls, your chapter quests. Yeah, we're going to go with Eowyn as our free commander. Well, it's been a beta since I used that name, but we'll go back to it. Yeah, this is the other issue I think right now with trying to do a 0 to Hero. Like, why is Rohan... Like, why are they threatening the elves? That's really strange. This seems like a much more typical good only server. But yeah, following through your chapter activities, that's going to be one of the easiest ways to kind of just continuously progress. They do send you on the correct path to get stronger. The other big way, once it unlocks, is continuing keeping up on your red book. Now, the only thing with doing your red book is that you need to manage your resources properly when you do that. If you don't have a high enough storage capacity, or you have too many resources on hand when you do your red book, then you can end up wasting a lot of the resources that you end up getting as rewards for it. But if you make use of the red book properly, it can be a great way to boost your resources when you need to do a lot of building upgrades or recruit, you know, a massive army on short notice. Allocate a commander's points. It's been, yeah, okay. Here we go. So for Haldir, I already know which skills I want to use with Haldir. I want to go with Guide right away to start increasing damage. If you aren't happy with your commander's build, as Gandalf was saying, you can pay 20 gems to reset your commander's ability points anytime, and you can do that as many times as you want. There's no cooldown for it. So it allows you to experiment and make sure you've got the right build for the right commander. Yeah, now we gotta upgrade the barracks. Yeah, it will be interesting actually to see, you know, if I focus on this account a little bit, how fast, how high could I get a fresh account with only like 10 days left. Cool. Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, but glad you made it to the party. You can make video on YouTube every day for this series if you can be that nice. Ooh. That might be tough, at least right now. I can probably try, but I don't think I don't want to commit to every day. Just because, as I was explaining earlier on the stream, I do have my son right now. I'm trying to make sure, you know, I get time in with him, keep him entertained and occupied over the summer while he's not in school. Getting some exercise. But anytime I come on this account, I will try and stream it. How about that, Shnola? You get 2 coin for Commander Summon. Oh, yes, I do, don't I? And I get a free one. Alright. Mail. Claim. Yeah. I've already read it so many times, it's not even funny, guys. Ah! crashed. I forgot to turn the game sound back on. As I said too, I'll try and figure out a way to, if the elf account ends up working fairly well, then I think I'll try and figure out a way to compile it and edit it down into a comprehensive video series rather than just having it up as the streams. Yes, I know. Go away. I don't need to know. There's a bunch of stuff. All the red dots. Yes, I know. So many red dots. Alright. Whee! And nothing. Looks like a big money, no whammy, but lots of whammies. Alright. We're going to reinforce you. Yeah. Oh, shut up. I know. Go do the thing. Where's a 2? I need a 2. There's a 2. Oh, I need a third 1 first, don't I? Alright, well, we're going to send you to 1. And you to 2. And the one thing, once you start to, once you have played through this a few times and you know what your tasks are, then you can start completing tasks ahead of time for certain things. And as soon as you catch up on your scroll, you're going to receive the rewards for it and be able to move along right away. Welcome to anyone joining the stream, or welcome back to anyone coming back. If you're slightly confused as to why I'm an elf with a brand new account, well, we're just starting off a new little zero to hero kind of series to try and help people off in the early days. Clear up some of the confusion that can happen or that people can come across, and see just how strong we can get in 10 days with an elf, with Rohan already closing in for some reason. Hey, we got our horseback archers. Let's conscript some. Yeah, that's awesome. Got some friendly people there in server 7 then. We need to make what really fast? 200 tiles? Yay for tavern tips. Where the heck? Where's the guy? And already sitting right there, but sure. Actually, I could probably use this account. Well, no, because again, I don't know. I've got a video on purchases that I think are worth it, but I hadn't released it because I realized that the packages and the things offered in the store come live may be very different to the things offered now, because there's a lot of things different in this beta in the store than there were last beta. There are even things different in the store now than there were at the beginning of this beta. These limited time gift packs, instead of including Matham medals at the beginning of this beta, these actually came with gems. And they changed it when they opened up all the new servers and opened it up to the evil factions. So there are a few purchases that I think are going to stick around come live, like the season pass, which I do think is worth it. The monthly cards, I definitely think are worth it. But things like the limited time gift packs, those are up to an individual's discretion, that's for sure. All right, what am I waiting on here? I don't think I'm waiting on anything. Build storage. Yeah, so for me, starting off, I mean, the fastest way to progress is just to continue any and all chapter things that you can do. You get resources, you get gold, you get a tile limit increase. There's really no faster way to improve than just by doing what they ask. So we got a 3 there, some 4s. I need another 2. I don't want to pin that. 3. Ah, crap. There we go. Had to hit the confirm button. One of the big things too is when you do start a new account, taking full benefit of the 24-hour boost that you're given to your stamina, expenditure, wounded recovery, death rate, all these. If you start your account and then waste the first day doing nothing, you're really going to be behind compared to people that grind it out for this first 24 hours and really make as much benefit from these as they can. It seems like I'm likely going to be playing with people. I know there are some from Mordor on server 4 that have already said that they plan on joining me on whatever server I play on. As I've said to them, there's a bunch of people over there that I'd be more than happy to share a warband with again. And then in terms of the good faction, I don't know if I would just join, you know, some of the friends I've got from the previous betas in whatever good faction they were playing, if there was a popular one among them, or if I would just kind of go with dwarves as planned and join whoever else was in that faction. I'm still pretty up in the air, to be honest. I have not come to a decision about what I'm going to be playing come live. Like, in terms of options for the good factions, I'm probably leaning more heavily toward Gondor and dwarves. Although I know how strong marshals are for Rohan, so I'd kind of be tempted to go Rohan. And for evil, I really do like Mordor, just for their starting position. Angmar kind of interests me, though. I still haven't turned the game music back on. Alright, let's upgrade this to level 3 then. Yeah, it's funny, Lawrence, if the group from Gondor, like if a bunch of you guys were going Gondor again, I'd probably be pretty tempted to go Gondor for my good faction, for my good account, and join you guys. You guys have some really good players over there. I've had some really good conversations with a lot of Gondorians, and yeah, I'd have no problem fighting alongside you guys. Like I said, I did like the Gondorian troops, so I've got some pretty good experience with them now on server 1. Let's recall you, see what else we can put on you for troops there, Haldir. We got some bearmen and whatnot. Yeah, I'll do that later. It's gonna take me too long to let you guys know what I think. Yes, I'm a real threat to you. No, I definitely mean it too. Like I said, you guys, I was impressed with Gondor right from the beginning. You know, that battle that we had at Ithilien. That was one hell of an introduction. First impressions are everything. No, you definitely cannot, Cream Pie Lars. You've come closer to saying it than I would like anyone in my chat to. This is not that kind of place. I want to make that very clear right now. If you want to see yourself get banned, you go ahead and you drop it. Disrespectful and ignorant behavior is the only way you will get banned from this channel. Sorry to hear that, Shnola. I can't believe I actually got lucky then getting in on the elves. That's really crazy. No, but unfortunately racism is still an issue in the real world, and you can't bring issues like that, you can't bring stuff like that up in jest. Those are things that affect people very deeply. They are not the kind of conversations I want to be having in this channel. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, targeted, things like that. I want this to be an open, welcoming, fun place to come. I wonder if this guy's coming over here just to wipe me. I mean, I've got protection for 2 days, so. Hey man, you can call me a fairy all you want, but, you know, I appreciate all humans as humans. I don't care what their skin color is, what their sex or gender or whatever you call it is. We're all humans sharing this planet. So we just need to care about each other and take care of each other so that everyone does better. I definitely will if he keeps it up. I mean, he hasn't gone overboard yet. I don't mind having discussions. I'm always open to discussion. But yeah, I keep an eye on people like him. If he crosses a line, he'll be gone. Alright, maybe I just need to explain to this guy what's going on. Yeah, that arrow was hilarious. I mean, it was completely unintentional, but yeah, it's awesome how that worked out. Like, where's the fight? Right there. Alright, and so Shnola, if you're still here, this is going to be the other issue. Okay, I think he understands. But yeah, I mean, I may not even survive to do a 0 to hero video series, at least on this Elven account, because we've got Rohan all over the place already here. And, I mean, as soon as I started taking tiles near this guy, he came in. Awesome, Frosh. I mean, it's true, you know. We spend so much time focusing on the artificial man-made barriers we put up to separate each other, and we forget that when it all comes down to it, we're all part of the same race of humans, sharing one planet that right now isn't doing very well. Lawrence is on server 4 as well. That sucks, Shnola. Shnola, server 7. Lawrence also has an account on server 7 if you want to try there. Well, let's go see. I mean, I didn't get very far on here, so let's go. Oh, wait. Before I do this, let's remember this time to do that. This is probably already getting hit with the copyright as it is, but I gotta try and get in the habit of that if I'm gonna be switching out. Alright, server 7. Alright, so. Yeah, Skane, since I wasn't doing anything on server 4 at the moment other than kind of just waiting. So, in the time being, I'm going to try and start up a bit of a 0 to hero series. While I'm here, before I choose my faction, Shnola, is there a faction that you were able to get into? Population limit reached, limit reached, limit reached, limit reached. Okay, I could either be Isengard or Mordor. Looks like those are my options. All the good factions have been filled. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I mean, if I was gonna do it, I might as well go Isengard since I've already got a Mordor account. Huh. But I don't think I don't know if going Isengard is actually gonna help, is it, Schnola? Let's see. The evil factions lost their capitals. Nice. I don't know. Server 10? Can I get in there? What do we got on server 10? Limit reached, limit reached, limit reached, limit reached. Wow. Alright. Alright, well, let's see what we can... Let's see if there's any we can get into. These ones are red. I don't have any plans on going either Angmar or Roon. Although, just out of curiosity's sake, I will probably have an account with both. Like, I'll most likely end up having, at least one account for every faction come live. Wow, the good factions all filled up real quick, eh? Alright, it might have to just be server 7 then. I will check it out, Skane. Let's see. Nope. Dwarves. Alright, Schnola. We could try server 5 going dwarves. If you're down for that, let me know. Although I don't think we will have much more time to put into the Zero to Hero video today. I'm gonna have to be calling the stream, calling it quits on the stream here shortly. There's no specific server good for new people, Schnola. Alright. Let's go dwarves then. The hardy dwarven people. Yeah, yes, Lawrence, before I pop off, I'll just get this dwarf kind of started here. And then pop back over to server 4 momentarily. And call it quits over there. Oh, you got into Gondor on server 5, Schnola? Cool. Awesome. I wasn't able to. I find that strange. It seems... Because like when I clicked on it, told me the population was full. I don't know if different people are getting different messages for that. Yeah, go through, do the thing with the stuff. I really do. I think I might put in the suggestions that there be a way to just skip the tutorial. So this is kind of helpful the first half a dozen times you do it. But it gets really, really old really, really fast. Oh, nice. Ah, there you go. Aragorn is a good commander. He's definitely worth the purchase, in my opinion. For the few bucks that Aragorn costs. I think it was like $1.89 Canadian. Definitely worth it. Yeah, I think that would probably be good. Just an option to speed this up, because all this talking is just kind of useless. Dwarves. Yeah, I want Haldir. Alright, there we go. We at least got this far. Embark on my journey. I'm trying to, but you won't let me click stuff. Ah, forgot to click the chest. Trying to go too quick. Trying to go too fast. Yeah. Yes, I know, Gandalf. Points and things and stuff and such. Ah, nice, Schnolla. Ring level 72 is getting there, man. Get him started. All right. Alright, so I think this will be the official Zero to Hero account for the time being. As I said, Schnolla, don't have time now to do too much with this one, but this will be the one that I use when I continue. I'm going to hop back over onto server 4 to just finish a few things up and end out the stream there. So as I said, we are in the tail end of the stream here. Gonna be wrapping it up shortly. Thank you very much to any and all who have joined or are currently with us. It's been another great stream. Got to answer a lot of questions, find out some new things myself, meet some new people. Awesome. That is the great thing about games like this, you know, getting to make new friends, meet new people. You are very welcome, Frosh. Again, if anything I do helps other people, it is my pleasure to do so. I remember how overwhelmed I was last beta trying to figure all this stuff out. Alerts, that's what I was looking at. You are also welcome, Lawrence. Alright, so looks like things are getting set up and ready for nothing in particular here. As to you, Shnola, you are quite welcome. Alright, yeah, I think I can get another... Before we leave here, we can get another mock battle going. Let's go with... Let's go with Ugthak. Why not? Oh, yes, exactly. Took me a minute to realize what the nothing was referencing, but yes. It's like a Wizard of Oz thing. Like, pay no attention to the army behind the building. Alright, so he's off. Gonna go get some stuff done. I probably shouldn't have. Actually, I probably should. Yeah, because that's a bunch of alchemists that are going to be taken up for a few hours, but I guess I can just go make some more. Alright, we'll pay for that. And we'll swap a bunch of it over to here. Swap all that over. Here, over to here, and we go, whoa. Oh, I'm gonna need a bunch more Reapers too. All right, so we got timers going. We got things waiting. Nice. Very, very nice. I wasn't able to find myself a 300 around here. I think there's one, what, over here somewhere, but is it this? Yeah, way over here. So eventually I'll go take it, I think, but... Oh. I mean, that is good to know that you guys don't want to push us. I mean, you can probably tell that Mordor does want Minas Morgul back. I know a lot of people wanted to go after your forts for a while. I've been holding people back for weeks on pushing out from here. So if dwarves end up pressuring us over here, we may need to be busy at the Black Gate again. Otherwise, if we do successfully take Minas Morgul, people may start pushing out at the Gondorian forts. Yeah, Mordor is pretty rough, to be honest. We don't have any... I don't think we have any 200 plus grain or forest tiles in here. I think the closest we have is coming over to Nirn, once we get over where there's actually green ground, then we start getting our 200 grain tiles and forest tiles. But in Gorgoroth itself, we have stone and we have iron. I believe those are the only 200 plus tiles that we can find back here. So that's why it is important for Mordor to push out into these lands, in my opinion. If Mordor doesn't get up into these areas, then it's really hard to maintain grain and wood. Well, the thing about it though, the one thing that I realized playing Mordor is that Mordor is about the only faction that doesn't have to worry about getting attacked early on. If in the early stages of this server, if I had made a different decision and not tried to get us to fight Gondor over here to take South Illithin, or Ithilien, we could have moved out this way and taken these lands really early and just hidden behind the Black Gate and Minas Morgul. Because as we've seen, Gondor just took Minas Morgul the other day. We've still never lost the Black Gate. We pushed the elves back the only time they were threatening us. The dwarves haven't made it over here yet. So having these natural defenses early game guarantees that nobody can get through. It's going to take at least a week to 2 weeks, in my opinion, from the start of a server before either the Black Gate or Minas Morgul are really under threat of being taken. And if Mordor uses that time to their advantage, like I said, especially expanding out through the Eastern Wastes up into Hills of Roon, Dorwinion, Ashen Plains, Daggerland, and yeah, you know, these are easy keeps to take, so you might as well take them. But honestly, this is such a wasted piece of land, in my opinion. It's just so far out of the way. The only benefit to the land down here is Mumakills and access to Horondor. But it's not something that should really take priority for Mordor, in my opinion. But if Mordor understands the defenses that they have here and uses the time they have in the early days of the server to their full advantage, I think Mordor could actually be really, really strong. But their units do make things a little tricky sometimes. But evil factions in general are going to have that issue, so... Like I said, the early security that these provide is so nice. Oh. Alrighty, so I think, what do you think is the faction? Yeah, Shnola, that's a great thing here. So the faction with the best location, yeah, I think Gondor. To be honest, Skane, I think in terms of starting location, it's almost easier to figure out which factions have the worst starting location. And really, the only one there's two, in my opinion, that really have bad starting locations, and that's going to be Roon and Rohan. Rohan is surrounded immediately. They have Isengard on their doorstep. Roon has dwarves right away, as well as elves if they decide to come over. They've got to count on Mordor to help them. But they don't really have any kind of... Roon doesn't really have any kind of protection like Mordor does. And neither does Rohan. Rohan is open. Whereas, like you said, dwarves, they're stuck up in the northeast. So they're kind of protected that way. They can stay quiet early. Gondor has the southern lands, and they're really central. They've got Osgiliath protecting them from Mordor early on. And Isengard has quite a ways to travel before they actually get into a position to threaten Gondor properly. So yeah, Gondor definitely has a strong position. And elves, like you said, they're positioned in a way that they get to expand really early on into different areas if they have the player base to do so. Yep, I was just wanting to address the starting location thing for a minute there, Shnola. So for the ring, this is how I set mine up. Well, Rohan and Gondor shouldn't be fighting each other anyway. But yeah, this is how I set my ring up, Shnola. My early points go into the march speed. I put 1 point into this just so I can get access to these early on. You get a 5% experience boost from everything here, but then increasing these increases the effectiveness of your mock battles, so you can level commanders a little quicker. This one gives you 30 extra stamina. And this one is really important because not only do you get the 10 extra ability points, but once you get this to max, your ability points refresh quicker. So I believe I get 1 ability point every 45 minutes roughly. Once I get these maxed, as well as these, those are like my top priority ones. The second in line for priority for me are maxing the reposition, getting these 3 maxed. So I've got the physical damage, focus damage, and march speed. And then as you can see, I come down and get my conscription time maxed before I now am going to focus on maxing this one out. And then any other points I get, you know, I might put them into powerful sweeping. I might come up into here. But this is basically how I build my ring. This is everything I'm actually concerned with. I know a lot of people use the resource tree. I've never found it has enough of a benefit to justify it. But, you know, if it works for you, go ahead and do it. You can reset your ring once every 24 hours. Dominance, fortress, control, stamina, and battle lines will not reset though. Any points you put into them will stay. But anything else gets reset to 0 and you get to redistribute your points however you wish. But as I said, there is a 24-hour cooldown on that now. So I know some people will swap between the harvest tree and the mock battle tree every 24 hours depending on what it is they're doing. You'll probably find a lot of people telling you to take the powerful sweeping ability as well. It's an extra 10% damage against stationary armies. It doesn't work in PvP, so it's just against tiles, sweeping mobs, bosses, things like that. I don't find the 10% damage beneficial enough to justify prioritizing it. But again, you know, that's up to you. What I like to say about the ring is, you know, each player does build their ring differently. There's no one set build that everyone agrees on. So whatever you find works for you is what I suggest you go with. I do end up putting points into battle lines and fortress as well to get more forts and stronger forts if I feel like I'm going to need them. Yeah, no problem, Skane. Thank you very much for joining. As I said, we're going to be calling it here soon anyway. Hopefully I've been able to explain the ring and my setup and theory behind it a little bit for Shnola. So if there are any last minute questions that anyone has, feel free to get them in now. I'll try and cover them. Do like a lightning round here before calling it quits. Otherwise, we will wrap this up for today. Once again, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate everyone that's been here. Always enjoy the conversations and chat. As I've said, it's going to be a really exciting game come live, that's for sure. And with the amount of things everybody has learned, I think we're all going to be able to hit the ground running come live. And, you know, the first few servers, they're going to be something. And then when we see this seasonal rollover happen, because if it is what we've been told or what we've been able to gather, and it's the merging of mature servers, that is going to lead to some really interesting shenanigans come season 2 and on. Alright, well, I'm not seeing any last minute questions come into the chat, so I think that is a good time, a good sign to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining me. If it has been helpful, if you've enjoyed yourself, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any in the future. And until next time, good luck on the battlefield.